Hey, yo, this is a tutorial for high-level musical volleys only. If you're looking at the length of the video and you're like, damn, 40-something fucking minutes. Bruh, if you trying to learn, you will thug it out. No AI voice, no bullshit. I'm not trying to sell you any weak-ass preset. If you want to learn something, it will take time. All these other YouTube tutorials are straight. I have elite ball knowledge to offer. This project or whole video in itself is gonna be kind of similar to the last video I posted, but I'm going to explain like more of the mixing and kind of like why I do things, and I don't know, because I think a lot of things are like kind of like a given, but I want to make it more like beginner friendly, I guess, or I don't know. I just want to explain more, but also I don't want it to be as long-winded as the last one. I kind of just like went on and on about some shit and just like explained it really bad. So yeah, the quality was poor of the last one in my opinion, but yeah, let's just get into it. Also, my mic was quiet as fuck, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, so it's pretty sick. Shit. Let's get into it. So this is more sample focused, as the only other like melodic thing in MIDI is just this. Yeah, I've just been more focused on like these like sample beats. They've been more fun for me to make. I mean, I can make things in MIDI. I don't know, I don't want to overcrowd like when it comes to like this sample shit. This is like some weird ass remix shit I was working on that has a lot of melodic MIDI and also some samples. Anyways, I was just proving to y'all that I could josh it in MIDI, or you can combine both samples in MIDI, but because I know this and the last tutorial don't have a lot of written shit like that. Anyways, yeah, so in order to achieve this, I first grabbed this sample I got from SoundCloud. Pretty sure this is produced by lynU, and it's just like on an alt. But yeah, this is the original.
Laurel.
And I'm pretty sure I like chopped it from here, so it's like that. But yeah. And I said I wanted to go more into detail with like everything. So if you want to do this yourself, I'll explain some of this bullshit over here. So basically getting this like fresh. I mean, some producers do this. I think lynU does this a lot. I've like sampled them quite a bit, and they're all above the bass of 440 hertz. They're all like 450. Yeah. So, and to bring this back to the bass of 440, you just do minus like 40 cents. And if it's 430, you do plus 40 and shit like that. I think this is called like microtonality. You can look that shit up on YouTube. It's kind of a lot to explain, but I think there's low-key like a Jane remover video on it. There's like, I don't know, I guess it has to do something with like nostalgia, why people do it. I don't know. I just low-key started doing it and it sounds normal to me. And I like it at like, I like shit at like 450. But I don't know, something with I think like the old Pokemon games, they like something with like them optimizing the game and like the storage, they like slightly like sped up all the sounds, and they're all at like 450 hertz. So like 450 hertz is like low-key nostalgic. I could be completely fucking wrong. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, made this shit 440 because I mean, if you were to open what is like the quickest way I could do this? Open like Serum or something. This is globally tuned to 440. So like all your shit will be globally tuned to this by default. So yeah, you don't want it to be out of tune or whatever. Okay. The second sample is this Frenchcore song I also got from SoundCloud. I don't know the original artist, but yeah. And the point of me like harshly low cutting everything was just to try to remove like the kick transient. Like, yeah, I tried my best. But anyways, this was also like detuned. So yeah, this was like 430. Made it 440. I don't know, it could be wrong. I could be a little bit wrong. I don't know. I already did it at 440. It was, the fucking song's already made, so. Anyways, I layered these two samples together, and it sounds like this. Sounds dope. And then, I mean, if you've seen my other tutorial, you know it's my bread and butter, I guess, when it comes to these sample beats. Another quick thing, I mentioned something about the offset in my last video. Completely ignore that shit. I don't know what the hell I was talking about. But yeah, Pretty sure I use the same preset. I just like tweaked some shit, like I disabled this and only lowered the offset here. I moved some of the filter and shit like that. But anyways, yeah, it sounded like this. Oh wait, no, I'm tripping, it didn't sound like that. It sounded like this. What the fuck is happening? Alright, there you go. And yeah, and to resample it, you could just pick an audio track. This is more Ableton specific. I don't know how you do it in FL, but I know a little bit of FL. I used it from when I was like 14 to when I was 16, and now I'm old as fuck. Yeah. So that's basically what I did. The waveforms are kind of similar, kind of not, but yeah. So I resampled these two, or I started with these two, and then fed it into here, and resampled it into this. I'm gonna go into just some of the mixing on this. Started with OTT. And if you don't understand what OTT does, I'm gonna do a really bad job at explaining it. I think it's like upwards and downwards compression or something like that. Like, it's pretty much just gonna normalize everything. So like the details you'll hear in like this quieter part in the waveform, it'll be brought up to like a fatter level with everything else. So yeah, this brings out everything. I'll just put 2 on that shit. This will destroy your low end. Like, this will give you a lot. So like, yeah. So put 2 OTTs on it, and then LFO tool. Saw this in my other video. And just really quick, like, I don't remember if I explained like completely how to use it. What I did was I just drew the shape. Yeah, and I left the rate exactly the same. Maybe I did it a little bit cleaner here, but anyways. So now it sounds like, oh shit. Now it sounds like this. And this is just chopped from the first part. I forgot to mention that. Something that you might run into or notice, since this brings out a lot of low end, a lot of it might not sound melodic or like tonal, like will just sound like really messy. So what this plugin does is you just pick the key that it's in, G minor, and it just colors it like in this way. Fuck, I'm trying to think of like a better way to explain it. I think what it does is so like it'll like boost everything like in the key, like the frequencies and shit. Like, I don't know how to do it, but this plugin knows, whoever the fuck developed it knows like what frequencies make like G minor or whatever. I'll pretty much do that to it, I think. But yeah, that's what it sounds like maxed out. And if you put anything through chroma, it'll all sound like the same. It'll just sound like this like really colorized like spectral thing in your key. So you don't, or I try not to use too much of it, but yeah, just color it a little bit. So I'll do like a before and after. Makes a difference to me. I can hear it. I can hear the difference. I don't know if y'all can, but yeah. Another LFO tool. This is just the default sidechain preset. And I just have this at 40 the amount, so it's like slightly like pumping. I didn't really think about it, but I guess this helps give it more movement because it's completely bricked out by the OTT. So like these LFO tools really help kind of move it around. Dimension expander makes it sound like wider. Sounds like it has reverb, but there's no tail like whatsoever. And I found out about both of these plugins from Xavier on YouTube. Pretty dope artist. I use a lot of their sounds from their drum kit. I'll link something if you want to check them out. They do a lot of really sick breakdowns. Yeah, they're also like a lot smarter than me if you want to check that out. Utility, just to have more variation than the 1/4 kind of filter LFO thing. So for FL, I don't know what the fuck you would use. I guess volume, or like if there's like a mute thing. I used to do it just in here with like the clip activator, but if I do this, I can't solo it here. Yeah, so I use utility. There is like slight clicking with it, just because of how aggressive the mute is. And I guess if you wanted more like of a smoother transition, like do something like that maybe. But I don't know, that's OD. This is just a little beat. So delay. Yeah. This digitalis filter. Another quick thing for Ableton users, or I guess FL users, my original idea was to have this in between the first and second OTT, just for any of the filter sounds that come through. I would want the detail to come through here, like I want it to be more exaggerated, but I wasn't able to do that. Honestly, I didn't think too hard about it. I just moved it over here. There's probably a way that I'm able to put it over there, but so like right here where my mouse is like circling, you can see that this plugin has a lot of latency. So if I did move this over here, all the chops and everything would be fucked up. Like, and that's just because of the latency. So yeah, that's one of the last things I put on the chain. And then some EQ. So one quick thing I want to highlight is, yeah, just the order of your chain matters. Because if I brought these OTTs over here, I mean, listen to this. Like, holy shit, it just sounds like ass. That's because now the delay is feeding into here, so that tail is going to be really long. Whatever, like, this LFO is muting, that might be brought up because of the OGT, so it's not truly like cutting it. So yeah, your order matters. I know it might be a given for some people, but for some people it's not. And if you learned that here today, that's fucking awesome. And then when I EQ'd this, I didn't just straight like brick wall that hoe. I just cut it down a little bit. A lot of my old beats or songs or whatever, it would kind of sound like robotically like thin or like uniform. And if you're running into that problem, this might, this will help you with that. I mean, I'll show a video on screen that better explains EQ from Slappy, but yeah, just doing something like this could be so much more beneficial and like efficient. Cause I mean, that low end is supposed to be there, man. Like, not everything gotta be hella clean cut. Music isn't pretty. Like, I don't know, it just sounds more human and full if you just do something like that. Anyways, so this sound isn't really like hella wet, like there's not all this reverb and shit. So what I did was I made a second channel of this, and everything's mixed pretty much the same. I think I might have like, yeah, the chroma band is a little bit wider, and I have this convolver. This is like a whole deep dive in itself that you should watch if you're into sound design or just anything unique or dubstep or anything like that. But I'll link a decent video about the shit. But yeah, I fed this sound into here. Basically, like, the dumbest way to explain this is like reverb, but whatever sound you load in, it's reverberating that sound, not your main sound. So like, it's this sound is being reverberated. Just makes this weird like metallic-y, like, kind of sounds like you're like in a bowl, and I thought it sounded dope. So yeah, threw that in there, and then also have this panning going on. Just slightly. I think this might have a little bit more delay than this track, yeah. So together they sound like this. I don't normally do stuff like this, like layer it with kind of like, I mean, it's pretty much the same shit. It's just a little bit more like wet sounding bars. I think I just wanted to keep the integrity of this because I liked how it sounded dry, and add like a little bit of wet layer and just have it the volume lower. You might be able to achieve the same thing with like a bus, but think I have more freedom here with the mixing, and I just made it less complicated by not using a bus. But oh yeah, this like mid transition part in the beat. I'll try not to make this one like hella long-winded, or this part hella long-winded. It's about the same thing, it's just the timing of the LFOs. So yeah, I just moved to this to, I think this is like dotted. I don't know the technical term, but it's not like a strict like 1/8. I think it's dotted. It's not to the BPM. So it's like dun 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 dun, and then I don't know. It kind of sounded like ass without the second LFO. So. Yeah, like the timing was off, so then I added this 1/16 after it. It sounded like this. And another thing, I think the 16th like hi-hats like help with this groove, so. The little rhythm thing, I guess. And then, wait, does this mute? Whatever. I thought the mute took away the gain, but it don't matter because it's muted. Yeah. I just like chopped it, or I didn't really chop it too much, so. Yeah, I just cut it at the end with the mute. Last melodic thing I got is this phase plant sound from Virtual Riot. Yeah, these are all like sine waves. I don't know. Shit, hella deep. This is legit just a preset I threw on, and I think I like took away some of the reverb in here. But yeah, this is with like nothing on it. And it's just the same note playing over and over again. Every time this gets triggered, it's kind of unique. I think it's just because the patch, like. Yeah, like some of them sound different. But yeah, through this glitch on there that just like gates the reverb. When making this beat, I had some other things in mind. I had like a piano, I had like chords, with the synth and all that, but I mean the main focus is the sample, so I just deleted all that shit, and well, I accidentally had this idea because I accidentally had this idea because I was showing my homie on VC this like dubstep kind of sauce that I found out about recently, and it is that like swelling like sine, so. Or it's this. And he was like, that's kind of swaggy, and I was like, low-key, this might be the move, and I just copied it and pasted it in the other project. Yeah, when it's strictly samples, I mean, just to like spice things up and like smooth things over, I guess something simple like this, just like a little pad sound with a reverb ringing, kind of like glues things together or whatever. That project file is a remix I'm working on for my homie's band, a la dubstep thingy, or whatever. But yeah, so I mean, listen to this combined with the sample. Versus like if it wasn't there, like yeah, I don't know, it adds a lot even though it's so simple. But and I have it after around like every second bar or whatever, just because the reverb kind of rings through. Yeah, the mixing shit isn't that special to go through on that. Shit. God damn, I just peeped that time. This tutorial is actually about to be long as fuck. But like, whatever, we're already 808. Not anything special. I have this zap sound in the convolver. So like when it hits, it's kind of like a zappy sound. It's like really subtle. For this part, I have a bit crusher come on. You can hear that in the beat. It's like a little detail. Yeah, I would advise against this. This is like kind of stupid putting the OCT on the 808, but it's just to bring out more of this. I guess I could have just went like that. I don't know. Bass mono. You especially want to do this when you're doing like weird stuff to it, like a convolver and shit like that. Just want to keep the sub in mono. I guess to tell you why, I think it has to do something with phasing. You can look that up. I don't want to explain that. So phasing, and then also just the overall volume of your track. Like if your sub is wide as fuck, it's gonna take up a lot of volume. So yeah. Okay, that's on. Sidechained with this. This kick isn't playing in the track, it's actually deactivated. But what's happening is this signal, like this audio, is triggering this sidechain. And yeah, you could do this with a normal compressor and just like sidechain it. I think it was this. But I don't know, with this plugin, it's a lot more smoother just because you can actually draw the line and shit like that. So yeah. And what the sidechain is doing is every single time that signal hits, the overall volume of your melodic shit will duck. So the 808 sounds like it's hitting harder. I'll just have it there, just ever so slightly, but shit. Trying to think if there's anything I'm missing with that. Oh, I guess really quick, the reason why I'm not using the 808 as the signal, I mean, like it's gonna look retarded. Like, I don't know. You just can't get a clean look of that shit. Anyways, more drums. This is actually 2 snares put together. This is the same clap, fat ass clap snare that I used in the first tutorial. Just like turn off all this bullshit. And then it's just kind of fading into this clap. So yeah, that sounds like this. I think I saw some Skrillex video where he was talking about the 200 hertz bump or whatever, and it really does fatten some of your snares. I mean, I don't know if you do that shit on like a rod wave type beat or like a plug-in beat type beat, but like something that's really hitting like this, I mean, you might find use out of that. This kind of widens everything. It's still there. Could go into sync in time and fuck with that. And then, I don't know, I just clipped it and I felt like it needed saturation. It's weird explaining fucking all the shit that I do because like it makes sense in my head, but like putting it into words it really doesn't make sense. So yeah, that's the snare. I actually saved this just like for the future. Yeah, thought it came out dope. This filter just does that in the snare rolls. Perk, La Perky, fuck. The sound also has that like weird stereo delay that just sounds like more metallic. Yeah, this perk, I'd be using this drum kit a lot for like perks and like weird effects. I don't think this is in the final version. I tried something here and it didn't work, but I mean, you want to try something new almost like everything you make. I mean, that's the goal for me at least, but I don't know why I didn't include that. It doesn't even sound bad, but I'm gonna just mute it. Xavier impact sound. Really subtle, but this ginseng hi-hat. Yeah. No rolls, straight 16ths. And then I kind of have that accompanied with this. for more like rhythm or something, I guess. I don't know. I've been using this Crash OD. This is also from the last tutorial. I don't know, it just sounds so good to me. This Crash is also, I use this in like every beat. So yeah, that's pretty much the beat. I mean, I have this like glossy filter in the beginning. And then I have the sub 40 cents bringing the project up to 450 hertz. If you do end up using, I mean, I know in FL they have like the knob that you could just do it in. This shit kind of fucks everything up low key, because it like soft clips. Like, look at the volume. I guess this is like a bad example, but yeah, no, if I turn this all the way up, this thing will like soft clip it. Even though I'm soft clipping here. I don't know. I guess, I don't know, I'm schizo. If you made it this far in the video, here's something that's cool. I learned this from Dead Crow. I think he's like I think he's from South America or some shit. I don't know, he makes crazy ass like dubstep and like dance music. But bringing the width in, and then it hits mono, and then as it's like, as your risers are coming up, it gets wider. I don't know, it's just like a really cool way to transition without using like a dumbass low pass or like, it's like so subtle, but it's like crazy for transitions in my opinion. I just got some like basic ass risers up here. I think this is a Dead Crow riser. Yeah. And they just sound like that. That's pretty much it. Yeah, my message to anybody watching this is don't stop experimenting and keep trying different shit and have your own style and don't stop learning. Obviously I'm not like fucking Einstein, like I'm just making like some internet trap beat, but at the end of the day, if there's anything you guys want to learn, like more, if there's anything specific you guys want to learn, just leave it in the comments. I'll be reading that shit. Thank you everybody.